What if I told you that one of the most durable, versatile, and beautiful structures you can set up in your garden costs less than $70 and takes less than an hour to set up? No rotting wood, no specialized building skills. I'm talking about cattle panel trellises. And once you try them, you're never going to go back. Welcome back to the Provident Gardener, the place where we believe anyone can grow their own food, preserve it, and enjoy it. My name is Amanda, and today I am breaking down one of my favorite structures to put in my garden, the cattle panel trellis. Whether you want beautiful arches in your garden like this, or a long, low trellis, cattle panel can do both. We're going to go through the tools we used, how we set it up, and a few different configurations we use the cattle panel for in our own garden. First, let's talk about the supplies that you will need to do this. It's only 4 things. You'll need a 16-foot by 4-foot cattle panel, some T-posts. Depending on how you want to use the cattle panel to trellis will depend on how many T-posts you need. We usually use either a 6-foot post or a 7-foot post. You will need some T-post clips and a post pounder. That's it. Just 4 things. It's simple, it's easy, sturdy, and it's going to last a really long time. Now, the first step to actually building your cattle panel trellis is getting these T-posts into the ground. We use a post pounder to do this. It makes it so much easier. That post pounder also helps you get your T-posts deep enough into the ground that they can support not only this cattle panel, but also everything that you are going to grow on it. Now, to talk more about pounding those T-posts into the ground, we're going to bring in the muscle of our garden, and that is my husband, Robert, the one who works to make all of my gardening dreams come true. And he has a few tips, tricks, maybe warnings from some personal experience of doing this a lot.
So we're going to be pounding in some T-posts. We've already laid out our cattle panel and we've set our T-posts where we want them to be, and we're going to be pounding them in. Now, before you do this, a couple of recommendations: wear earplugs because it's super loud when you're pounding these T-posts in. And if you want to, wear a hard hat. I've actually had the pounder come off the post when I bring it down, and it comes right down on my head, and it really hurt. It almost knocked me out. So be careful with doing this, but have a good time doing it.
Now, the number of T-posts you will need to support your cattle panel depends on the kind of configuration you are doing. So let's get into our 2 favorite ways that we have done it. The first configuration is our arches. We actually have 4 of these set up in our garden to make a tunnel right down the middle. And when everything is growing and in full bloom, it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, to set this up, we've done it in our raised garden beds, but you don't have to do that. You could do this in your garden in the ground as well, but you need a T-post for each corner. We put a T-post in each corner of these raised beds where the trellis is going to go. Then, if you can do this with 1 person, I'm really impressed. But you're probably going to need 2 people to bend this cattle panel up and set it in here between these posts. We just attach the cattle panel to our T-posts with T-post clips. On this, we just did 1 at the top of each post because we have these taller posts on our garden beds that help hold the cattle panel in place. T-post clips come in a few different configurations, but more or less they all work the same way. They wrap around the T-post, hook to the cattle panel, and then you bend the wires to hold them in place. These are not going anywhere. Yes, they can move a little bit, but they're very solid and they're going to hold our plants really beautifully. We have grown everything on these from pumpkins to cucumbers, melons, squash. There are so many possibilities with this, and it's so beautiful because you start some on each side and they grow up and meet in the middle and cross over. I had big squashes hanging down, and it's just this beautiful green tunnel that is growing food for your family. The second configuration we are using the cattle panel trellis for is just what I'm calling our horizontal trellis. Instead of putting it up vertical and arching it over, we just laid it out flat to make this longer, shorter trellis. This would be great to use if you have a traditional, maybe in-ground garden and you want to use something along your long rows to support things like tomatoes, cucumbers, pole beans. We did it back here along our back fence because I was really just looking for more space to grow more food at my house. And using this 2 feet out from the fence and putting this trellis here was a great way for me to get more square footage to grow more food for my family. Now, for the arch trellis, we used 4 T-posts. For this, we used 3 T-posts per cattle panel. We did 1 on each end and 1 as a support in the middle. You could do more if you want, but for us, I feel like the 1 in the middle was plenty. And yes, it does move, but it's plenty sturdy and plenty strong to hold up the cattle panel and everything we're going to grow on it. Another benefit of this style of trellising is that it makes it more accessible because it's not as tall. So even my little girls can come out here and reach things well on this trellis. Or if you can't stand and reach tall while gardening, if you're having to do it from a chair or a wheelchair, this is something you can come right up to and work on. You can pick from here, you can prune. This makes it much more accessible. And I want to share with you one bonus configuration that you can use these cattle panels for. In Kylene's garden, for years, she has used them as tomato cages. Now, if you know the traditional tomato cages you buy from the store, once that tomato really gets going and takes off, you're going to come out one day and find it toppled over on the ground. Well, what Kylene did is they cut their cattle panel into smaller sections and they wrapped it in a circle, secured it with a T-post still, and those are what they use for their tomato cages. They are super sturdy and their tomatoes are never flopping over on the ground. Once you have your T-post and your cattle panel in place, it's time to talk about how we attach them with these T-post clips. But before we get into that, I want to make sure you put your T-posts in the right way. So a T-post has these ridges on the front, and then in the back, it has one piece that comes out perpendicular to this piece. You want to pound your T-posts into the ground with these ridges facing where your cattle panel will be, just like how you see here. That way, you can attach these T-post clips just right. It has this triangle section that goes on the back of the T-post where that perpendicular piece sticks out. And you just wrap it around the back there, put 1 wire over and 1 wire under, and then you'll use some pliers. Okay, I guess maybe you need a 5th tool, but you need some pliers to close up these wires and hold it on to the cattle panel. Now, I have seen these T-post clips in a few different configurations, but the idea is always the same. You're putting it on the back of the T-post and putting the wires around the cattle panel to hold it in place. It's as simple as that. Your cattle panel trellis is now set up and ready for a season of growing. Cattle panel trellises are really one of those things that once you set them up and start using them, you wonder why you ever used anything else. They are strong, they're beautiful, and they're gonna last probably for decades. Cattle panel trellises really are a way to level up your gardening game. If you use cattle panel in your garden, we would love to hear about it. Send us a photo or let us know in the comments how you use cattle panel to help you in the garden. And if you found this helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can follow the Provident Gardener and all of our gardening adventures. Because we are here every week to help you learn, grow, preserve, and enjoy every bit of your garden. Thanks for joining me today. And as always, don't be afraid to get a little dirt under your fingernails so you can turn that dirt into dinner.